He sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game. You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen, though, is will that translate to consistent production on the court?
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
It's been a point of emphasis, no doubt, to make sure they attack the rim offensively.
I love the fact they're not settling for outside shots. Keep attacking that rack.
Bradley and Turner filling out the perimeter. Freak is out there with Zeller, and it's Smart in at the 1. That's the Boston 5. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
And for Zeller last season, his numbers were the same or better as a starter. His scoring picked up a touch. Still had a great field goal percentage, too, so really solid production in his first couple of years.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the end.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And I think the big thing for Zeller was that he found his role in the league. He knows he'll be an energy guy who has to make the most of his touches. And to his credit, he is nothing but a positive force on the floor.
And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
Here's Roten. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4. Smart with the ball. Outside Bradley. Here's Freak. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injury. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
Embiid with the steal. Down low, here's Grant. And Boston with the rebound. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Freak with it, now defended by Embiid. Here's Zeller, and the rejection by Noel. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Hits it from 3-point range. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
And stolen by Zeller. Now here's Smart. The feed to Zeller. And Turner kicks to Bradley. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Boston making some changes. Amir Johnson. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Celtics lead by 6. And join us right. been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Jay Crowder. He's really been playing well.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up.
Clinic. Freak comes in for Jared Sullinger. And Turner subbed in for Jay Crowder. Taking a look at the 76ers. Okafor out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Hollis Thompson. Then it's Robert Covington. It's deflected. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Landry. Celtics ball. And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. Fourth, the 76ers.
A big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. It's on Carl Landry.
And guys, the Spurs coaching.
And there you have it, folks. The very first NBA bucket from Freak.
All right, let's go.
And a scrappy one, but he'll take it. It doesn't matter how you get those first points in the NBA. It just matters that you get them.
I agree. I mean, there will be plenty of chances to create spectacular highlights in the years to come for this young man. But right now, he just wants those first points.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And, Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready. He's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school. He could be on the NBA clock.
Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in international play. Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Johnson, he's checked in for Lee. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Brantley. And he's good on the second. The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process. Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Thomas kicks to Freak. Embiid with the steal. Here's Roten. He has 6. He feeds it to Noel. Grab the pass to Noel. And he dunks it down.
Hey, guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And, guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were a close game.
Here's Cannon. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And coming up next, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the Jet.
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal, got Kenny the Jet Smith. Without further ado, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
I can't say enough about the contribution he made defensively. Specifically, his on-ball defense was outstanding. He blew up a lot of plays by getting his hand in there and coming away with a steal. And that aggressive D of his helped guide them to this win.
Well, he certainly pulled his weight in the rebound department. His energy and his positioning were fantastic. Forget about everything else he did. His work on the glass alone had a big impact tonight.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
right now somewhere. He at the table with a bowl of Apple Jacks, and he's and during the
T-Pain.
I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest. I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're going to be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's going to be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come into town for this one. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Nets will look to their home court advantage. Just one game here in Brooklyn. Well, compared to last season, you'd have to say this. 27 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Sloan. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Young in the corner, off the pick. No what?
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
1 second left. Tie game in Brooklyn. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And Amir Johnson re-signed in Toronto. He's been a big part of this team for years, and he talked about their great fan support in Toronto. A lot of fans south of the border in the U.S. are surprised when they learn how passionate, Clark, the fans in Toronto can be.
You know, Kevin, that's so true. I mean, when they get it going at the Air Canada Center, that place rocks. And it's great to hear Amir talk about how that pumps him up and makes him want to do it for Canada.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
On the court right now for the Celtics. Freak, he's in a power forward. Isaiah Thomas out there was Smart. Then it's Turner. And it's Zeller in at the 5.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match. And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Sloan dishes to Jack. To the middle. Lets it go from 11. Here's Robinson, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot.
New group in for the Celtics. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I've got...
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now. Some changes for Boston. Zeller comes in for Kelly Olynyk, and Freak subbed in for Sullinger. Jarrett Jack is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then there's Johnson, and it's Young, and it's Lopez, and it's center. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Young. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
It's starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling really hard out there.
Zeller setting the pick for Brandt. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Zeller. Freak's got the lead up to 4 now for the Celtics. Brooklyn's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. To the middle. It's deflected. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. Here's Thomas. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Now it's a 6-point Celtic lead for Brooklyn. They've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Young with no one around. The 10-footer finds the target. Young's got 4 this quarter.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
It's Bradley on the wing. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Bradley's got the lead back up to 6 now for Boston.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Outside Jack. Inside, here's Lopez. Cannot hit. So the Celtics will take it the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
So far, they've turned in
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. The Celtics shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55% on the court right now for the Celtics. Freak in at the 4 spot. Smart is out there with Rozier. Then it's Tyler Zeller. And it's Jerebko in at the 3 slot.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Okay, time now for an injury report.
Told me that it doesn't look too serious. The season is young, but that is tough.